Can you imagine a woman from Burkina Faso, one who's not a politician, not a celebrity, but a quiet force in business, standing behind the largest rice processing plant on the African continent? Yes, it's real. It's not fiction, and it's not funded by some foreign investor or aid agency. This vision was brought to life by a Burkinabè woman who chose to invest her wealth not in luxury homes or cars, but in her people, her land, and her country's future. In a small yet significant community called Kamsila, nestled within the Basma Yam region of Burkina Faso, a game-changing development has emerged, one that's turning heads not just locally, but across Africa. A rice processing plant capable of handling an astonishing 400 tons of rice per day now stands as a powerful symbol of self-reliance and progress. This isn't just a facility. It's a revolution made of steel and ambition. For years, like many African nations, Burkina Faso relied heavily on imported rice to meet its daily food needs. Ships arriving from faraway shores stocked local markets, creating a cycle of dependence that drained resources and stifled local production. But everything changed the day this facility opened its doors. The announcement didn't come from a podium or through a high-profile political rally. There were no parades or giant headlines in international media. Instead, the news spread organically, shared by farmers, market vendors, and social media users like a flame carried from village to village. The excitement was real. The impact, even greater. What made this event especially powerful was that it wasn't orchestrated by the state. This project was privately conceived, funded, and executed by one determined woman. Her name, once associated mainly with wealth and success in business circles, is now being whispered with admiration by farmers, educators, engineers, and youth who see in her a new kind of leadership by example. The facility, located in the Kamsila region, doesn't just process rice, it redefines what rice production means in Africa. Inside this high-tech hub, the journey begins with freshly harvested rice arriving by truck. The grain is then passed through a sophisticated cleaning system that removes dust, stones, and impurities. From there, it enters a series of washing and polishing machines designed to meet international hygiene and quality standards. The difference is visible. The rice is smooth, gleaming, and uniform, nothing like the inconsistent batches that once came from traditional local mills. The transformation continues in the milling halls, where automated lines sort the rice with pinpoint precision. Even broken grains, once considered waste, are now packaged for specialized markets, ensuring that no part of the harvest is lost. The intact grains are sorted, weighed, and prepared to meet specific grading requirements before being sealed in beautifully printed packaging that proudly carries a "Made in Burkina Faso" identity. No ropes, no handwritten tags, no faded ink. Instead, we see airtight branded bags that look like they belong in top-tier supermarkets anywhere in the world. The pride is not just in the product, it's in the presentation, in the belief that African goods deserve premium treatment, and in the reality that Burkinabè rice can now stand side by side with any global competitor. Beyond aesthetics, the plant has tackled one of the continent's most persistent challenges: post-harvest loss. Millions of tons of crops are lost every year due to poor storage, pests, and unreliable transportation. But here in Kamsila, airtight silos with temperature control, continuous processing systems, and smart logistics ensure that rice doesn't just survive, it thrives. And what makes this factory even more innovative is its flexibility. It wasn't designed to be static. It was built to respond dynamically to demand. When domestic consumption rises, production can be scaled up. When global rice markets fluctuate, the plant can adjust, protecting the country's food security in both calm and crisis. But the true heartbeat of this achievement lies not in the machines, it lies in the people. Let's talk about the farmers. For decades, rice farmers in Burkina Faso toiled without certainty. They planted with hope but often harvested disappointment. Prices would drop, buyers would disappear, crops would spoil. But this plant has changed the game. Now, cooperatives have direct contracts with the facility. Farmers can deliver their harvests and know they'll be processed, packaged, and sold fairly. This predictability transforms farming from a gamble into a livelihood. A farmer can now plan for the next season. He or she can estimate income, invest in better tools, and hire more workers. And what about the women? Women have always played a crucial role in Burkina Faso's agricultural sector, yet they've often remained at the bottom of the value chain, working long hours in fields without recognition, access to land, or financial tools. That's changing. Women-led cooperatives are now recognized partners in the supply chain. Their rice doesn't vanish into anonymous sacks. It comes back from the plant as a premium product, cleanly branded and professionally packaged. And within the plant itself, women are taking on roles in logistics, quality assurance, packaging, and administration. For many, this is the first time they've held formal employment, with wages, benefits, and upward mobility. It's a silent revolution, one that brings dignity, financial freedom, and respect. Now let's turn to the youth. In a country where many young people dream of leaving for opportunities abroad, the Kamsila facility offers a new option, one rooted in home and purpose. Young people are being trained as machine operators, warehouse managers, packaging experts, and maintenance technicians. Others are building small businesses around the plant, transport services, food stalls, supply vendors, and repair workshops. The impact is contagious. Schools nearby are seeing increased enrollment as families can now afford fees. Clinics are reporting better nutrition and health outcomes. Housing upgrades are becoming more common, and the dream of building a future at home is becoming a reality. This facility has become more than an economic engine. It's a social transformation center. It's creating a ripple that extends far beyond agriculture. It's shaping how people view themselves, their land, and their potential. It's also shaping how the world views Burkina Faso. Too often, the Sahel region is associated with conflict, instability, or underdevelopment. But this story flips that script. Now, when people speak of Burkina Faso, they can also speak of innovation, ambition, and success. And this isn't just a national story. It's a regional model. Across Africa, billions of dollars are spent on rice imports every year. Countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Côte d'Ivoire, and Senegal face the same challenges. But the solution doesn't have to come from abroad. Kamsila proves that the answer might already be in African soil and in African hands. Imagine a network of such facilities across West Africa. One in Senegal for groundnuts, another in Ghana for maize, one in Côte d'Ivoire for cocoa. Each focused on local processing, each adding value at home, each cutting the need for imports and increasing jobs. That's the bigger picture, that's the vision. And it all started with one woman's decision to believe in her country's future. Her plant, standing tall in Kamsila, is not just metal and machinery, it's a symbol. A testament that Africa can produce world-class products, create lasting jobs, and feed itself with pride. Her legacy is already inspiring a new generation of change-makers, young men and women who no longer ask if change is possible, but ask instead, how can I be part of it? So what do you think? Can Africa become self-sufficient in food production? Should more African billionaires invest in local industries instead of looking abroad? Could your country be the next to follow this model? Tell us in the comments below. And if this story moved you, inspired you, or made you see Burkina Faso in a new light, do us a favor. Like the video, share it, and subscribe. We're committed to telling stories no one else does. Stories of Africa's innovation, culture, legacy, and power. Until next time, keep believing in the rise of the continent. Because Africa isn't waiting to be rescued. Africa is building, creating, and transforming, one brilliant idea at a time.